Hey everyone, this is Ebony and I'm the Container Queen, and I decided to do a short little video clip of what's going on in my fall garden. I've been sick for the past month. I have a bronchial infection and a sinus infection, and I went to the doctor last week and they gave me some antibiotics and some shots and stuff, and I thought I was doing better, but about Friday, probably last week of Friday, I started feeling bad again. But this morning I woke up and I felt a little bit better. So just pray for me, because it's been rough having to get over this and take care of Ava. And I've been neglecting my garden. So I finally had some energy this morning to come out and water everything. I haven't watered in a couple of days, but thank goodness here in Mobile it's actually been somewhat cool. The humidity level is down a lot. And it's hasn't been hot, it's been cool. So my garden hasn't been really starving for water, but I had energy this morning to come out and water, and I decided to just do a little short video of what's going on in my garden. These are my fall tomatoes. I planted all of these back in August, and as you can see, they're growing pretty well. They do need a boost, so I'm gonna probably either side dress the containers with some composted cow manure, or make some moo tea and give them that. But they're growing pretty well. They're finally starting to put out some blooms, but they're doing pretty good. And I've actually got some tomatoes growing on these over here. As you can see, there's some tomatoes coming in, and I planted those tomatoes up front on my birthday, and they weren't doing well at all because of the heat. But now that it's cooled down, they're putting out a lot of blooms, and a lot of tomatoes are coming out, so that's a good thing. But what I've been doing, since the bees are pretty much, have slowed down in pollinating everything because they're getting ready for the winter, I've been having to shake my plants. So if you still got tomato plants that are growing and you're still putting out blooms, but the blooms are falling off, just give them a shake like that, and that helps the pollen and the blooms to mix up, because the tomatoes have the both male and female parts in the blooms. So shaking them will help in combining the pollen. So what I've been doing is, if I see a plant with blooms on it in the morning, I shake them. I've been doing that every morning. Well, I haven't been doing it faithfully now that I've been sick, but I was doing it every morning. And it just helps your plants to put out tomatoes. So just give them a little tap, a little shake. And that helps a lot with the pollen mixing. I've still got peppers. These peppers have been planted since February and they're still putting out peppers continuously. One thing that I can really grow, I do okay with tomatoes. Tomatoes didn't do too well for me this year because our weather was kind of crazy. We had some nights of some cold weather, and it affected my plants personally. I think that's what caused it. But my peppers, I always have tons of peppers, and they've been going since February, and I still, as you can see, still got peppers growing. So I've got bags and bags and bags of peppers in my freezer. I've got them chopped whole, cleaned whole, diced, sliced, cut in half. Any way you could think of, I've got them in the freezer. I've given them away. I can't give them away fast enough, and they're still coming on the plants, and I've got both sweet and hot. So I've been trying to think of new ways to prepare my peppers, and I'm probably gonna find some way to can them, hopefully when I get some energy, probably within the next couple of weeks. I planted some potatoes about, when did I plant these potatoes? Probably about a month and a half ago, and you could see that they have really grown. I've used my potato grow sacks. These potato grow sacks are almost 3 years old, and they're still working fine. I need to add some more soil around the bags, but you can see the potatoes have grown and they're doing well. So I probably by the end of November, I'll have some potatoes. I have 3 of the bags have Yukon Gold, and one of them has red potatoes. So those are going pretty good. Out there, take a walk out here in my raised beds. This is my first year doing raised beds. And I'm still learning, and one mistake that I made is to not add enough compost and manure to the soil. So my plants are growing kind of slow, but my corn that I grew in that bed over there was a complete fail. So next year I know I need to, really strengthen my soil. But I have some cabbage in this first bed right here, and then that bed over there has collards and broccoli and carrots. This bed over here has a couple of different types of lettuce, and I've got some parsnips and carrots growing on the other side. But everything's growing. It's kind of growing slow, but I'm fighting the squirrels. You can see. Let me show you what they do, because they're getting ready for the winter, so they are storing their. As you can see, there's some carrots, little carrot sprouts right there. But you see the holes. You can see the holes that they have dug, and they're storing their acorns for the winter. That's what they're doing. So I found this spray at Home Depot called Animal Be Gone, and it's natural. It's a mixture of lavender, cinnamon, and it's another natural oil, I think rosemary. And they don't like the smell. And they say spray it once a month. Well, that didn't work. I have to spray it every 2 days because it wears off and they come back and do it right again. But I'm gonna have to get some more because I'm almost out. But if I spray it every 2 days, they stay away from the beds. I spray it around the perimeter of the bed. I don't spray it on the plants. You're not supposed to spray it directly on any edibles. Just spray it around the perimeter and they stay away from the area, and it works. I haven't had any digging. I notice when I see digging, it's time for me to spray again. But other than that, I mean, the beds are doing pretty good. You can see I'm watering right now. I've got the soaker hoses on. I need to spray again. I'm starting to see a little caterpillar damage. So I'm going to spray tonight, this evening, with some BT. And I say BT is natural. It's a natural bacteria found in the ground, and it's good for caterpillar control. So if you have problems with caterpillars, spray your plants with some BT every 7 days, or after it rains, apply it again. And you have to do it faithfully, and it works. And there's the poinsettia that my mom gave me last year for Christmas. I finally put it into a bigger container, and it's really grown. So I'm looking forward to seeing the pretty red leaves come out. Of course, I've got tons of herbs still growing. Lots of basil, rosemary, chives, parsley, and oregano. Here's another look at those tomatoes that are popping up. I think I might pick a couple and fry me some today. I got peppers, of course. I planted these squash plants late because I was determined to get squash. It's just hard to grow squash here in this area of the South because it's so humid in Mobile that once that humidity sits in, the powdery mildew sits in. And I can give the plants optimal space, lots of ventilation around the plants, they'll still get powdery mildew because it's just so humid down here in the summertime. So I have replanted squash, I kid you not, 6 times this year. And I guess the 6th time has kind of worked because the humidity is low. I'm not having a problem with powdery mildew. I'm not having a problem with the squash vine borer because they're pretty much gone. You know, once it hits late September, they're gone for the season. So far, these plants look great. I've been watering them, fertilizing them when needed, and they're going pretty good and they're going fast. So hopefully, I'll be happy if I can just get 6 squash. I'll be happy with that. But I want some squash, so I'm determined not to buy any. So they're doing pretty good, as you can see. I've been trying to take care of them. Got my lemon tree over here. You can see the lemons are finally starting to turn yellow. Excuse me. I knocked one off accidentally the other day, so I put it inside and put it in a paper sack. But these are finally starting to turn, and looking forward to having some lemonade. Next year, I'm going to transplant that tree into a bigger container so it can get bigger. I planted some peas. Peas like cooler weather, so they go crazy for me in the fall. I don't know what's up with these pots. I guess some squirrels dug them up because that's like the only pot that's really growing. These are, they're like stunted. I don't know. But I've got some peas coming in. You can see. And then over here, you can see my dad. He says you got stuff growing all around the house. Well, I try to take advantage of the space. If I could, I'd tear up this whole front yard. I wouldn't have any grass. I'd just have stuff growing. This little raised bed, I got some turnips growing. I need to thin them out. I'll probably thin them out tomorrow and make a little salad with them, with the thinnings. But that's it. That's all that I have going on in my garden right now. I just wanted to give y'all a little snippet because I haven't really been too active on my page. I've been sick, so I've been just trying to take it easy as much as I can. But I know everybody is right now it's the cold and flu season, allergies, and it seems like everybody's sick. So if you're sick, I send positive vibes to you. If you have rosemary, make you some rosemary tea. Just boil you some water and pour it in a cup and take a little sprig of rosemary, let it steep for 5 minutes, and you can add sugar or honey or whatever you like to use to sweeten it. It helps with the, if you have a sore throat, or it eases the symptoms. So that's my little tip for today. Make you some rosemary tea. Well, this is Ebony, and I'm the Container Queen. I just had to do a little quick video, and look at that. I don't know what's eating my tomatoes. Look at that. I don't see anything in there. I see nothing. I had to come out here and do some hunting. But anyways, I'm Ebony, and I'm the Container Queen. If you have any questions about anything I discuss, you know what to do. You can leave me a message on my Facebook page. Thanks for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful fall and upcoming holiday season. Thanks for watching. Bye.